speak with and in front of the learned colleagues. Very difficult to speak, in fact, before Gariwal, because I mean, a lot of regard of this institute as well as to Gariwal. You see, once we open a fedora, of course, over both the issues, as we have heard the opinions of both these parties here. Now the question is not like that law is nothing or the law is different. Law is certainly having very strong feet. But the question is again, some of the scholars they have said that the effective implementation is not there. But on the other side, because I have a good experience working with the family courts, and I've seen the cases pending before the family courts from the years and years, and I've seen the cases of a family or a husband and wife, and the age of the husband and wife was probably of 72 years. And I was surprised that at this age of 72, is there any need to fight for the questions of morality or something about maintenance or something about matrimonial relations? What I personally believe is, as I earlier said, this is something ego issues too also. Some psychological imbalances which the family itself is to settle down and to maintain a balance, so that the smooth functioning of the family or this institution of the family is to go. But if you just see, because we are just talking sitting in Chandigarh, if you just see to far away places, just go to Odisha, just go to West Bengal, just go to some of the other central India, see the very, in the rural areas specifically, just see the plight of the women. Probably she is earning for the family, but she is not getting food to eat. She's serving to the children, but she is not getting food. She's protecting to the family, but she is not getting protected. So these some of the issues are there, which what I personally believe is neither the law, neither the judgments of the Honorable Court are to resolve. Probably this is we have to, because we are civilized person, civilized society, and in the civilized way, the civilized manner, all these issues are to be resolved. And this can only be resolved at the home only. We have to shun out the egos, we have to develop, inculcate the moral values in the family members, so that respect the lady, respect the person who is respecting your values. She gave the whole life to the family. She has left her own empire and she has entered into your own empire. So simply you are to welcome her, and once in case you are to be a bit tilted, you are to accept her ego. In fact, if sometimes it comes into, you have to, because reason being, she is a new member in the family, and give her a time, give her a space, so by which she is to adjust herself and to move in the family. So I suppose, in my personal opinion, and even the experience with some of the family cases, that and we always feel like the mediation is only the one of the solution. And in family courts only the mediation way is this, that even the courts take about 20 years to decide, and in mediation in 5 sittings we are in a position to decide. So best way is, let's have a mediation at home, let's have a mediation at the family level, then these matters are to be resolved. Ultimately at the end of this, if it requires the matter is to be resolved only in the courts, then only at the end of this we should go, but not with this version that men are always a victim. It's just perception is a woman is a victim because the circumstances are like this. Her family circumstances, her biological circumstances, or maybe any intra circumstances are there. She is the victim and we are supposed to protect her. Thank you very much.
There are always 2 points with regard to any such debatable debate. And in this regard also, the statistics have been quoted by both the parties, and they can be stretched the way you want to justify your conclusion. So that way, mere quoting of statistics will not be a reliable solution to any conclusion, in my opinion. Since I happen to be one of the members of the committee, I would not prefer to express my opinion with regard to that, because that may be taken as biased this way or that way. So I'll just congratulate again to all the members.
I must say that it was a treat to be here, and I am so grateful to Professor Shalini Marwaha ji. Professor Ratan Singh said he's scared of speaking in front of Mr. Grewal. I am so scared because I was a student here, and most of them are my teachers. So I am doubly scared. Babita is also sitting there, and Anil ji is also sitting there. They were all my teachers, so I'm really scared. And I'm not a person from laws. I am a sociologist. But all the four speakers, I must congratulate. You were very good, very well prepared. And I know it's very difficult. It's very easy to comment upon somebody, but it's very difficult to participate and raise an argument. And we have our own shortcomings when we speak for the motion and against the motion. We are very conscious about that. But I was just wondering, I was talking to your chairperson ma'am also, that while studying law, I think it would be really advisable also to put it in the social context, because law can never be divorced from the social context. And as this context keeps on changing, laws are also changing. I would like you to introspect on the very question of cruelty. What is cruelty? It's so subjective. And we know that there is a judge-made law which is pronounced every moment in the courts. And the judges who are sitting there pronouncing the judgments also have their mindsets. Most of the judges are known, whether men or women, that hardly matters. They are patriarchal. And therefore, you scan through the judgments, and I have done this exercise, for instance, on restitution of conjugal rights. And if you scan through the judgments from 1970s to till date, you will find a sea change in the way judges have viewed the whole process of conjugal rights. Similarly, domestic violence. Therefore, when within a private space, a family, we have seen women, a woman who is married, and every day she is told by the husband, by her mother-in-law and other relatives, तू तो एक लड़का भी नहीं दे सकी हमें, तू तो एक मांस की लोथ है. And she lives with it. She finds no problem with it, because this is the way men talk. We went to Haryana, and when we asked, observed this, she said, what's the problem? ये तो हर घर में होता है, मेरा आदमी है, मुझे ही कहता है. So is it cruelty? You have to judge. As a lawyer, as a judicial person, you have to judge. We saw a woman of 67 years old in Mewat whose uterus was prolapsed and it was out. And she used to push it inside every time when she sat. We asked her, what happened? She says, मेरे 8 या 9 बच्चे हुए, और जब तीसरी डिलीवरी थी तो दाई ने जोर से खींचा तो वो यूट्रस बाहर आ गया. I've been living like this. Now I ask my husband, मेरा ऑपरेशन करवा दो. वो कहते हैं बुढ़ी हो गई है, अब तूने मरना ही है, अब क्या करेगी इतना पैसा खर्चवा के. I tell my son, he says, हमारे पास तो बच्चों को मेरे पास खाना देने के लिए पैसे नहीं है, तो तुम्हारी सर्जरी कहाँ से करवाऊं? Is it cruelty? Most of the acts which we feel are cruel are not taken as cruelty by the victims themselves. This is the plight of our society. The violence, we don't even know that violence is being committed against us. This kind of a dead society we are living in. So please go out of Chandigarh. Please go to the villages. Go to the remote areas. Even in Punjab, in Haryana, which are the most prosperous states, high per capita, high GDP. And please be very careful when you scan the statistics. Low conviction means something very dark. PNDT Act, feticide is rampant. Low conviction is something very worrisome. Low conviction in dowry debts, low conviction in domestic violence, low conviction in 498A. And some of the lawyers confided कि भाई किसी औरत के साथ ज्यादती होती है, छोटे मोटे लॉ से तो बात ही नहीं बनती, तो हम 498A लगाते हैं. Why? Because the system is so sick, insensitive and feudal. So आप अच्छे lawyers बनिए, अच्छे judges बनिए, लेकिन उसको social context में रख के देखिए, please. Be sensitive to these issues. And of course, it's not a question of men and women. There are hundreds of men who are harassed within homes. But then we have to see कि हमारा जो legitimacy क्या है. legitimacy इस चीज में है that women are to be treated like this, and this is no harassment, this is no violence, this is not no cruelty. We have to change the definitions. We have to look at the ground level. Thank you very much for this. Thank you.
Dear students, both sides have really done very good in their part, either on the favor of the motion or against the motion. But still, I feel that try to be good human beings. You know, no ego clash should be there in the family. As a social scientist and a teacher and a student of law as well, though at a later stage of my life. I have spent 40 years with the young generation and have seen many stages. And I happen to be a member of the family court in Ludhiana as well, where I used to settle many, family dispute cases. And I was astonished to see that the points were very, dispute on the point was very, very small. Rather, I used to feel that there should be counseling for both the sides, either from the boy's parents or the girl's parents. So, at the conclusion and also at the end of the judge's viewpoint, my viewpoint at the end of the day is, I feel I should say good luck to both the teams and to all the viewers and those who have participated earlier. So try to be good human being, good social beings, try to settle minor disputes in your families. They are not big issues between the husband and the wife, but still laws has to be there, must be there to protect whosoever is the victim. Women is the fairer sex, but I still feel God has given lot of patience, perseverance to the women. As a mother, we used to equate mother with Dharti Maa. Guru Nanak has said, "So kyo manda akhiye, jit jamme rajan." So, बहुत आपको बड़ा वो दर्जा दिया गया है भगवान की तरफ से भी. So try to save your families as lawyers. You should counsel your clients not to disturb the family atmosphere. We have already agreed that children are the worst hit in such family disputes. But if there are, excesses towards the women, then who will, protect, if not the laws, if not the legislature? Thank you very much for inviting me. I just want to quote one example at the end of my use. There is an example in your department, Madam Supinder Kaur, who is living not with her parents-in-law, but with her grandparents-in-law, and she has a lot of care and protection. She stands as an example for the coming generation. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I appreciate